What's up, guys? One today's YouTube video. Today we're actually going nowhere because today is a video where we're going to talk about a new character in the game coming out, and that is Falcon for Marvel Champions. We've done a couple Marvel Champions videos. It's something I want to incorporate more into the channel. Last time we talked about this was the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. unboxing. So if you guys could make sure to smash the like button, hit the subscription, helps the channel immensely. Obviously, we did drop an art short today of Chopper. I don't know if we're going to be streaming today for the factor that it's just an unknown, because I do have to go to work today, so I don't want to really rush out on like an hour stream. I kind of want to be able to play, because I plan to play Last of Us, and you know Last of Us is not a game you can probably play in an hour. In an hour, you're getting nothing done, so I kind of want to wait, play a little bit longer, give you guys a little bit more time, but that's just that's just undecided. So with that being said, like I said, just keep liking, commenting, subscribing. It's free. Also, comment down below, do you guys like these videos about other card games? Is there stuff you guys want to see on the channel? I asked this question a couple times during the videos just to see what you guys are interested in. But other than that, though, let's get to sitting here, talk about what's happening in Marvel Champions, aka the Falcon pack, because we did get a couple cards revealed, so let's talk about it. Alright guys, so now that today we are talking about obviously Marvel Champion stuff, this is the reveal of Falcon as being the next hero pack. I'll pop a picture up of the next hero pack. And we're obviously getting Falcon, which he's going to be coming after Black Panther and then Silk, which are dropping in April. This should be coming in, I think, June. And they're basically, I think we're supposed to get another reveal, but it's going to do, I think they're doing 2 characters every other month or something until we get to the end of the year, basically. So, it is pretty cool. We're supposed to be getting, obviously, Falcon. This is comic Falcon, so it's not going to be MCU Falcon. I'm perfectly fine with it. It looks really cool from the character pack. And overall, today we're going to talk about some of the cards they did reveal and talk about stuff that I'm excited to see, obviously, with the reveal of Continuing Down. Obviously, we are getting some pretty cool stuff happening in the Marvel Champions world. Obviously, I don't know if we'll be streaming today. We already did drop the Chopper drawing. I don't know if we're going to be streaming today. You guys might see a stream, you might not. It depends, because I do have to go to work later today. So there might be a stream, there might not be. Definitely tomorrow, though, there will be. And then, obviously, a video tomorrow. And that con video is going to be, you'll see tomorrow. We'll kind of just talk about what happened. But I wasn't able to really film anything because of the fact that it wasn't really, it was like an art expo thing. There wasn't any pops really, and then the voice actors didn't want to be. I did get, like, Hanji let me record, but Chopper's voice actor did not, so it kind of just felt like a really just like random video of just like randomness, because I wasn't able to get any footage from any of the voice actors, and the actual art wasn't anything crazy. It looked like a bunch of AI art, so I wasn't able to actually showcase off any of that. And they also didn't want us filming anything there. So it was a lot of weird complications that I wasn't able to do certain things. So that's why that video is going to get kind of scrapped. It was going to be today, but instead we're just going to kind of talk about those tomorrow. So don't worry, the signatures and the meeting, the way that it will be talked about, but just tomorrow. However, let's get back to Marvel Champions. Starting off with Falcon here, and obviously we're going to showcase some of the cards off, which we'll start off by showcasing off his alter ego, Sam Wilson, which that's who he is in the comics, and that's his main character name. And basically he has the card called Birds of a Feather, and that's his like alter ego ability. And basically he can discard a card from his hand to search his deck and discard pile for a bird card and add it to your hand. He very much works with birds, which if you guys don't know, something different to the MCU is that he's almost like a kind of like a Disney princess. It is kind of where they can talk, like communicate with birds. And I don't know if I forget if he can communicate with all animals, but usually it's birds. He usually communicates with like his main one, Redwing, which is actually going to be his ally card, which we'll talk about in a second. But something cool is that they did that, because in the MCU he doesn't have any powers at all. He can't communicate with animals. He can only communicate with nothing, because he has like it's a robot bird. It's like a drone that they call Redwing, which is it's fine, but in the comics he's always been able to talk to birds and deal with birds, and not talk to, but communicate, because I mean I don't really remember him talking to the bird, but because the bird can't talk back, but he can communicate with animals, or birds I should say. And I say animals, but it's mostly birds. Then if you flip him over to his Falcon side, he has 2 thwart, 2 attack, 2 defense. And it says, during the player phase, play with the top card of the encounter deck face-up. So that means that you'll always see what the top villain card is, which is actually a really crazy combo with Cosmo, which doesn't take damage depending on if you call out a card. So it's really crazy. Those will pair really nicely together, especially if you do leadership and beef up Cosmo, which Cosmo's an older character. I forgot which set it came with, but Cosmo's an older ally. And then he obviously has his actual ability, which says that it's an Eagle Eye response. So after you play an aerial card, you can discard the top card of the encounter deck. Or after, it's not that you can, it's after you discard you have to discard the top card of the encounter deck. So basically, when you play aerial cards, you discard the counter deck. So he's kind of like cleaning out the encounter deck with aerial cards. So there's a bad card, maybe you play an aerial card, swap it out, and it just keeps cycling until you get cards you actually care or want for the villain phase. Just reading that, he actually looks pretty interesting. I'm actually really excited to see what they do with Falcon, obviously, because, again, I really like Falcon as a character. Obviously, I liked Captain America Brave New World, but this is comic book. I like Falcon as the comic book. I just recently picked up, I don't know where it's at, I'll show it in tomorrow's video, but we ended up grabbing another comic. We grabbed the graphic novel, really, because we grabbed the Infinity War. I want to start reading more of the Infinity War saga, / obviously, like, the Infinity Gauntlet, some of those comic books. But a character set I'd love to get more into is obviously Falcon. He's a character there's a lot of characters I really want to read more about. I've read a little bit more about She-Hulk. There's a couple characters I've read already. I've been mostly reading. I did want to finish. I was continuing through Vision, and Vision was actually really interesting to me. Like, the whole Vision series was super cool. I was really intrigued by it, but I do want to see, obviously, Vision Quest, because Vision is actually a really cool character when you read him in the comics. The MCU just does him dirty, but continuing on from that, we have a lot of cool stuff that I would love to read. I also was reading New Avengers, and I loved New Avengers. Have been goated. It's such a good series if you do have it. Michael Bendis I really enjoy his work. Comics themselves are kind of choppy because they cycle artists like almost every book, but it's pretty good. Then after that, continuing on, we do get to showcase off. It's hard to, you're going to see like a little picture. It looks like all 5 of the cards kind of mashed up, and we can't really see what all the cards do. You can see a little bit, and I can't really talk about it, but we do see his ally Red Wing, who has a 1/1. You see one of his events called Bird of Prey. And then obviously he has an upgrade called something about their fire or something. I can't really see what they do, but those are some of the cards that are going to come in his little pre-con deck, which are really exciting. Because again, I'm really excited for this one. I'm actually really excited for Silk and Black Panther, but we're going to do a video when that drops in April. But until then, we don't have anything to do there. But we do get to see some of his allies, which we have Hugin and Moonin, which are basically some birds that he's able to communicate with in the comic. And then we have a support called Flight Squadron, which, let's go over the birds real quick. It says, after you play them, the birds enter play. After they enter play, search the top 10 cards of the encounter deck for a minion and put into play engaged with you. Ready at 1 character you control for each icon on the boost or stars in that minion's boost area. Really, really good card I've seen for Thor. Another good character would probably be Valkyrie, because they like minions a lot. Probably even Cyclops, honestly. And he doesn't get a bonus for minions, but he does like to do like Optic Blast towards minions. There's a lot of minion-based heroes that I think they would do really well with this. I think Thor would probably be the most benefit, though, because he always wants minions, because he actually gets more card draw with minions pulling up. So, really good kind of ability or card with them if you play Leadership Thor. I don't really know if I would play it, but something I'd test out for sure. And then with the Flight Squadron, it's basically, you can only have 1 max. Only 1 max per player, and it says, if each of your allies have the aerial trait, you can increase your ally limit by 1, which your ally limit is 3, so now you can have 4 allies in play at one time. And this card gains the response of, after you play an aerial card, you can exhaust the card to ready. So basically what this does is basically if you play down a aerial card, you can ready an ally. Just easy way to access to re-ready an ally. I'd love to see how that's going to mix with some of the other allies that, get benefits. It'll be really interesting to see. Then we also do get an extra modular set, which this is another one of the Thunderbolts, which if you guys played through the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. campaign, it's been plenty of times, so we can talk about it a little bit. One of the packs you have to play, or one of the set scenarios is the Thunderbolts, which this is comic Thunderbolts. I had to look up a little bit of it. It's actually the classic Thunderbolts, a comic series I do want to read soon, but it's classic Thunderbolts, so that's why these are like the Fixer. We had like Citizen V, not the stuff you're seeing in the MCU, which I'm very excited for that movie. But, and obviously we might do a pop-up for it early, then do the movie review, so that in case I can't find those pops when the movie does drop in May, I actually have the pops to showcase you guys. I don't know though. A lot of pop videos coming, but we have the Fixer, which basically has Villainous, he has Victory, and it says when a non-scenario specific tech attachment will be attached to the villain, attach it to the Fixer instead, and then you have the text on that card refers to the villain, refers to Fixer. So basically it just takes over the villain basically because he's the Fixer. 15 health, 4 boost. It's quite crazy card, but it's a modular set. And it's basically, I'm guessing, because of the factor that in the Thunderbolt scenario, you can put different Thunderbolts in the scenario. So they wanted to kind of mix it up and say, oh, there's some other villains, that are from the Thunderbolts roster that they could do. And the Thunderbolts have had a lot of, it's kind of like the Suicide Squad. There's been lots of alterations or different variants of the same team. It's kind of like the Sinister Six, where there's certain sets, depending on which person you read who wrote it, there's a lot of different scenarios of the Sinister Six, same as the Thunderbolts. They cycle a lot. It's just villains, basically. Villains that want to be heroes, it's basically, in a way. That is basically like every card that we have at this exact second that we can talk about or even showcase. Because, again, they don't typically reveal the entire pack till way later, and then it ends up dropping, and I don't like looking at that. I usually keep it a surprise when I play the game, because then I look at the cards. It's a little thing, but that does conclude today's video. Today, we obviously talked about Falcon being the next hero in Marvel Champions. I'm very excited for it. The next 3 are actually really cool. Black Panther looked great. I'm excited for Silk. Falcon's a GOAT. I assume we'll get another, since they're doing 2 characters per wave, or 2 characters per set, I'm assuming we're going to probably get Winter Soldier next. That'd make the most sense, being the fact that we'd have those 2. But I don't know. You guys can comment down below who you think is going to be the next revealed. I do hope everyone is having a good day today. I don't know if we're going to stream, like I mentioned. You might see a stream, might not. But guarantee tomorrow we will, because tomorrow's a fresh day. So, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys then. Peace.